Well, welcome to my new surroundings. I am no longer doing videos in my bedroom, although I might have to do one or two once in a while. I decided to paint a different room, lavender. My youngest daughter helped me, and buy some good lights and see whether I can't be more effective in making videos, because all I have to do is sit here and I'm ready to go. So we'll see. I have other changes in my life also that are huge changes, and it is the subject of today's video. And it is, what happens or how do you feel when your first baby leaves the nest? This has just happened to me. My eldest daughter, 18, who I have discussed in different videos about raising teens and what to do when you have difficulties, or whether it's normal to not feel okay when you have those difficulties. Well, that teen is a young woman, and yesterday she left on a long trip to different countries, including, well, she's going to be in Europe, she's going to be in Africa, she's going to be in Portugal and Spain, and after that she is flying directly to California. I live in Florida, so that's on the other side of the country, and she will go to school and she will work there, and she wants to do that, and so I have to support that, because she's a very self-sufficient young lady, and her dream is to travel and live somewhere that is not Florida. So how do I feel about that? I might seem all like collected right now, and I do feel that way momentarily, but I cried my eyes out for days before she left, and I kind of had it together the night before, and then when I drove her to catch a bus to go to Miami, and then from there she'll be taking planes, we both cried our eyes out, and the rest of the day I felt a huge sense of loss, and everything triggered me from a song, something that I found of hers that she left behind, a memory. I had the impression that it was going to be easier, and maybe because when people post things on Facebook, and even when I posted that she was going to be traveling, and people say, aren't you proud of her, aren't you happy, and blah blah, even when they know that I was crying my eyes out, people kind of minimize the mother's pain or sense of loss or crying or whatever you want to call it. And I don't think that we should. It's important to honor that, because there is something lost. There is a whole, for me it's 18 years, wrapping up 18 years, and suddenly taking on a different role as a mother with my eldest. And looking back and wondering, did I do a good job? Was I there enough? Should I have worked less, even though I need to work because I need to feed my kids? But there was a lot of questioning and self-doubt and regret, or I don't know if the word is regret, but thinking, did I really do what I was supposed to do? Could I have been there more for her, and all these other things. It's also the culmination of 18 years of all kinds of things, of memories, of trips, of great times, of laughing times, of very sad times, of very tough times that I've shared in different videos, and knowing, wow, we did this, we made it, and it was worth it. But my baby is no longer a baby, and I am immensely proud of her, and I'm immensely proud of us. But that doesn't take away from the fact that I'm losing a part of what I knew in the past 18 years. So if you feel, if you're the one going through this empty nest period, I didn't know, and maybe I didn't listen when other women shared it, but it is normal to cry as if somebody had died. It's normal to be triggered. It's normal to feel grief. And again, I know that right now I am collected, but yesterday was a crying mess. This morning I wasn't that well. I know that tomorrow, when I find out that she's already on her plane headed to Europe, I will probably cry again, and this is going to be going on and off for the next 6 months, and possibly for a while. So really, I don't have much to say about it, except that if you are going through something similar, you're not alone, and it's normal. It doesn't mean it doesn't mean you're not proud and happy and joyful for your kid. I am. But at the same time, I am sad that a certain time of our relationship has ended and we are moving into a different phase. 2 days ago, when I was in my yoga teacher training, I'm already a certified yoga teacher, but now I'm taking my 500-hour training. And it was the day after my daughter had returned from a very intense trip in Peru, and I hadn't seen her for 2 weeks, and she was leaving the next day to Europe. So she dropped me off, and we both cried. She dropped me off at the retreat, and we both cried that morning. And then I went into class, and we started, and I just started crying and crying and crying. And that was the best place for that to happen, because everybody else, all the other women, are also mothers, most of them. Some of them are a little younger than me, most of them around my age, and some are older. And they all caught me, and they all said, you know, one said, when my daughter left, I cried every day for 3 months. And this is a woman, a yogi, who seems to have it always together, and I admire her deeply. But when she told me that, I was like, oh, okay, so it's normal? Is this okay for me to be a mess? She was like, yes. Another woman also told me that she went and started yoga because of that. It was when her eldest son left, and left in a very abrupt way. And the point is that it is okay to honor that feeling of losing, you know, your little baby and watching him or her turn into a, you know, an adult or a young adult. Again, if this is you, please know that you're not alone. Please know it's okay to cry. And what I did was just honor those feelings, and I napped, and I kind of didn't work as much as I usually do, and I was forgetting things, and you know, I missed a deadline, which I usually don't do. But if I don't honor all these feelings, I won't be able to feel joy and support my daughter and cheer her on. And she knows that I am 100% behind what she's doing, but she also knows that it's hard for me to see her go. And in fact, it's hard for her to go. And she was crying too, but we both know that this is her time and that she just, you know, needs to live her life. If you have any self-care tips for other women going through empty nest syndrome, they're very welcome, because I'm sure other women will be thrilled to find out how other people coped. Because I think we all feel secretly a little embarrassed that, you know, that we can't just let go and say, okay, bye, you know, I'm fine. Please know that it's normal to be a crying, blubbering mess here and there, and it's probably even healthy. That's what I got today. I will let you know how it goes, and I always like to recommend at least one of my books, and this one is called Reach: From Single Mom on Welfare to Digital Entrepreneur, which you can find on Amazon and on Kindle. When the happenings of this book took place, my kids were very young. They were 4 and 7. And perhaps watching me climb out of the dark moments when I lost absolutely everything might have something to do with the fact that they are now strong, young women. Well, if you like this video, please like it, share it with your friends, leave me a comment, and of course, subscribe to my channel. Thank you for coming.